to the radio version of the One Take Show. Say a different version of Mex's One Takes, and here I have today with me
rockleetist.
So, and what is it you do in preference to Vocaloids?
Actually, I'm an English Vocaloid dubber. I take the original Japanese Vocaloid compositions and re-lyric them into English.
All right. What got you into Vocaloid to do that?
Actually, it's kind of an interesting story. I had a friend of mine who originally had the software, and I had been a big, music and anime fan for as long as I could remember, and he said, well, have you heard of this? And I said, no, I've never heard of it before. What is it? And he said, it's Vocaloid. It's a program that computer emulates voices for, music or learning purposes or what have you. And he sent me a couple of links on YouTube of, honestly, just floored. I started listening to it more and more, and the more that I listened, I thought, well, why couldn't someone emulate this with an actual human voice and sing it for the general English audiences? So I started doing it for fun, and it just sort of caught on and blew up.
Oh, right. So is that why you chose to do it? Because you thought, well, if a program can do this, why can't a human voice do it?
Well, I knew that the original had to come from a human anyway, but for a human vocal range can only go so far, whereas if you take it and filter it through a computer, you can do pretty much anything with it. So I really thought that I'd give myself a challenge and try to emulate what had been done through a computer. I think I did pretty well, but it was that's kind of what started me doing it, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So, in sort of terms of Vocaloid, as you said, a computer can do almost any voice. Out of the vocal range, out of all the Vocaloids, so which voice do you think is the best out of all the Vocaloids?
The voice that's the best, I like Luca.
Really?
Her voice is, much more to my personal vocal range. I know I do a lot of Miku Hatsune songs, but it's actually very, very high for me, surprisingly. And Luca's voice is very calming, very sweet, very breathy. And I've heard her used to cover a few of the Miku Hatsune songs, and in my opinion, they actually sound better, almost realistic in some of them. And she's more versatile because you can use her both for Japanese and English, whereas Miku is very strictly Japanese.
No, but you see, I know you say that you can get Miku to sing English. There are some people who do really, really good jobs. Admittedly, it must be easier with Luca, but you still can get Miku to sing English. Have you heard those songs?
I've heard it done, yeah. Absolutely, I agree with you. I've heard it done, but it always kind of has that very strong English accent, which doesn't really sound very good. But Luca seems to pronounce her L's and her V's very, very clearly, which really makes the song better, I think.
Oh, okay. So in the sort of to that, say is Luca the one singing your favourite Vocaloid song, or is it a different song? What's your favourite song for?
My favourite song for Luca?
No, just your favourite Vocaloid song.
Oh, my favourite Vocaloid song in general. Last Night, Good Night by Miku Hatsune is one of my favourites, and Strobe Night by Miku Hatsune is also one of my favourites.
All right. No, I thought you were going to say it was Luca. Say Luca's song was going to be your favourite there, but to say moving aside for the voice in character aspects.
Surprising, I love her voice the best, but Miku has more songs.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say that. Yeah.
So we have to remind you listeners that there is a little bit of a time delay between things.
Yeah, overseas calls will do that.
Yeah. Now go on.
No, I was only saying that whereas I love Luca's voice the best because of the way that she sounds and her tonality and basic just range of expression, Miku Hatsune is a more popular Vocaloid, so she does get more songs. And there are a lot more, many more composers that would prefer to use her over anything else because of her popularity. And so a lot of the songs that I do like originally come from people that have done songs with her rather than with others. But Luca still is my favorite overall.
All right. Oh, there we go. In terms of character aspects, which Vocaloid do you think is your favourite?
Len Kagamine. Len, I love Len.
You're a Len fangirl.
I'm a Len fan. I love Len. You know, Kaito too. I'm a big Kaito fan, but I love Len. I think he's adorable.
So just be careful. He is 14.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah.
I just love his singing voice. I think it's so cute. Everything that he's done. I think, honestly, Spice was a little bit old for him, but it's still a really great song regardless. Yeah.
So, with the sort of favourites and characters and everything, have you ever actually cosplayed as any of, or if you haven't cosplayed, which one would you cosplay as?
Funny you bring that up. Actually, I haven't cosplayed as Vocaloid yet. My business is traveling to a convention in Portland, Maine in about a week and a half, and I will be cosplaying my first Vocaloid, Rin Kagamine. There's a little bit of a mix-up issue with a wig that's being worked out, but I think, you know, I'm doing it all by hand, and I think that it looks really good. There will be pictures, of course.
That's good, because we all want the pictures. Well, I think I've asked pretty much everything sort of Vocaloid related. So what about things outside of Vocaloid? What's your hobbies outside of being outside of Vocaloid?